We're a company that works around the world, and we work helping regions think about the future in a new way.
Gathering information from people and creating vision and actions toward where they want to be.
I don't think West Cork is that profoundly different from most regions in the world.
We're seeing things change all around the globe that are having drastic effects on small rural communities.
Often a crisis is a catalyst, and it can be like a natural disaster, or it can be a longer, slower moving crisis, like as a result of the global financial meltdown.
We know one thing about the future is that it's going to be changing a lot faster. So people in rural areas are starting to think, well, how can we have power in that situation?
The ultimate objective is to have people own and take responsibility for being part of shaping a shared vision for a region.
It immediately excited me because I saw its relevance here as a tool to talk about the type of future that might unfold and the progressive steps that we can take. One of the things that I think has been apparent from the public workshops is the degree to which people really want to have that conversation and discussion. And people have really thrown themselves in to that process and really want to be heard. Ultimately, our key role in this as the development partnership is not alone to facilitate this process, but right across the range of programs and supports that we have and the direct financing that we can make available, or we can provide the means to communities and groups and interests and commercial activities to make the progressive changes towards the shared future that may emerge.
I was sent a questionnaire from West Cork Development Partnership, which was the lead up to this as well, and there was all these people on the questionnaire who I know through my job, but I realised there was no real linking and cohesion within the area.
Networking and partnerships and clusters are the way forward. There was too much standalone a long time for Ireland, and it just can't happen anymore, you know. First of all, we have to get people to Europe, then we have to get them to Ireland, and then when we get them to Ireland we can fight about them. But it's useless fighting about them before they're even in the country.
It's good to meet other people locally who are interested in looking forward and looking at where West Cork is going and how we can work together to get there, I guess, and to lay a foundation, you know, for the benefit of everyone in West Cork.
I'm here to try and plan for our future and to see what's going to happen to us. There have been so many negative things happening lately. I want to see, is there anything positive that we can do now that will impact and that can make a positive future for us, and not just for this generation, for the next generation.
The concept of it is interesting. But the concept and the reality will be two different things, but I'd be interested to see where we go today or tonight with it. Like, no, I'd be interested to see how that happens.
I'd like to see people from the community coming together and to develop a shared vision. I think that's really the objective of those workshops. And my, let's say, special interest in that would be to look at the sustainability.
We're going to do a little bit of a different kind of community session tonight.
What kind of future would you want to create? The future's in your hands, right?
The Future Game Island is the version that we've developed for here. We designed it as a tool to help people come together to have the dialogue and the discussion around contemporary tough issues. The game design is a simulation learning tool, and people play the game like they're pretending that they're running the world for a day. And they get presented with a hypothetical region, and they get presented by critical decisions they have to make. So it's a chance for them to practice decision making, and that practice, most importantly, the dialogue and the debate. The processes we design with our partners locally always have a very strong engagement part, and it actually takes the conversation out to people in their own places.
There'll be lots of ways to have your input. This is just the beginning of the process.
Ultimately, we have a key challenge about not alone how we leverage the economic assets that we have in the region, whether they're in tourism, whether they're in IT, whether they're in the natural resource base, but also the way in which we do so within environmentally and community determined limits.
It's definitely one thing to put, you know, to do white papers and put policies together in government, but I think at a local level everyone should work together just to keep this beautiful area.
If people get to have their voice in the conversation, the future that gets created or the vision that gets created, they'll feel like they're part of that. They'll own that.
That game generates a discussion and thinking and gets people outside of their normal zone.
It's not just about talking about it, it's putting our steps into actions and to see what will come out of it.